Another look inside the Irish Athletic Center here on the campus of the University of Notre Dame. Pro Day well underway as we welcome you back into our corner here at the IAC, and we've brought a very special guest, the head coach, Marcus Freeman. Thanks for stopping by. This is now your fourth Pro Day as the head coach, but I have to imagine this one just feels a little bit different considering the run you went on. We're seeing so many guys, Coach, that were heavily involved in the run to the national title game. Just what's today been like for you to watch them all kind of put it on display and make their case for the next level?
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's just a special group, right? And they've accomplished some great things on the field, but they're great young people. They've given their all to Notre Dame, and so this is a chance for them to experience something that's going to get them prepared for the next level. And I know they put a tremendous amount of work into this day, and so you want to see them perform well, but ultimately I tell them all the time is your film's going to speak louder than anything.
Yeah. What impact did the guys that are leave on this program?
You know, I think they set a standard for what it takes to be great, right? And for how to work and how to stay together and how to overcome some adversity. They've raised the bar for this football program. And as I've always said, we have to use some of the things that we accomplished last year as the new foundation for the future. And because of what they've done, we're going to be better positioned.
We haven't seen Riley throw yet today, but we saw a lot of him this season. We saw his growth from the first day you got him to the end of the season. What have you been telling NFL personnel about Riley Leonard?
You know, I think Riley is such a unique individual where off the field he is just a tremendous young person, a great young man, but on the field he is a fierce competitor, a guy that I believe has a extremely high ceiling and has room to improve. And I think that's what I love about Riley Leonard. He is a heck of a football player, heck of a leader, but I think in the future he's just going to continuously get better. And I look forward to seeing how he continues to grow.
Xavier Watts is one of my favorite players in college football over the last few years. What is he going to bring to the next level?
I mean, Xavier's such a natural defensive football player. Came into Notre Dame as a wideout. And, you know, when I was the defense coordinator here and we experimented with him at safety for the Navy game, I said, man, this dude has some natural skill sets for a defensive player. And only thing he's done is just work, study the playbook, and continue to improve. And last year, he was the Defensive Player of the Year. And in my opinion, he played even better this past season.
He and Riley and a bunch of these guys that are performing today are some of the best leaders that you guys have had on this program. How do you explain leadership when you talk to NFL folks?
Well, I think there's all different kinds of leadership, but ultimately leadership's about doing what is necessary at that moment. And although that might not always be popular, it's what the team needs and what this program needs. And we have some great leaders. And that's probably the thing that I'm going to miss most is that you're losing 6 valuable captains and guys that have truly impacted this program in a way that not many people have. And so that's what I'm going to miss the most about this group. But again, they've left this program better than they found it.
Year after year, Notre Dame players get drafted, they go into the NFL, and it seems like they make an impact right away. What is it about this program that gets guys ready to play in the next level?
Well, I think it starts with the competition you see every day in practice. You know, if you don't bring your best every day, that you're going to get exposed. And so that, to me, makes you a more complete player. You understand how to work, but also these guys, every game they play is a big game. You know, no matter if you're in Dublin, Ireland, or you're playing in California, you're playing in New York twice a year, every game you play is a big game, and they understand that you have to be ready no matter who the opponent is. And so they'll be ready for an NFL schedule, an NFL grind. They're prepared for it.
I got to ask one question spinning forward to next year, coming off an appearance in the national championship game. How has spring gone for the guys that are staying here?
Yeah, we just finished practice 4 yesterday, and unique where you played 16 games, right? We finished our last regular season game on January 20th, and what that did was make us move the spring calendar back a little bit, and so we moved it back 2 weeks, and so it's been unique in that aspect. Some of the guys that have played a whole bunch of reps last year need some time to continue to develop in the weight room and heal their bodies, so those guys are slowly progressing into practice, but it's been good. We got a lot of young guys, maybe some inexperienced guys that get a chance to show their teammates and their coaches that they're ready to contribute on this football team.
Okay, Coach, so I think last year we maybe showed some measurables of yours from your time. I hate to do it to you, but we have a couple of guys that played at the same school on this set, unfortunately. Yeah. And I do think we're going to put up a comparison to see how the two of you measured out at the Combine and or Pro Day. So I want to see if we can get a look here. You're going to see, I think, a comparison here between Joshua Perry and Marcus Freeman with their headshots.
Look at those throwbacks, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Let me first say, these are two guys that are ready. You are not getting past them defensively. Oh, my gosh. Those are amazing headshots. And it does look like Coach Freeman a little bit quicker.
He's a better athlete. 100%. Better looking guy.
You see where he got drafted, you see where I got drafted. You see the length of his career versus the length of my career. So that's a great example of sometimes those measurables don't mean that much, right? Your film speaks louder than anything, and that's a compliment to Joshua. He was an unbelievable football player. I got to follow him as I left Ohio State, and man, he had a heck of a career and did a great job in the NFL.
No compliments for me. I remember, though, when I was on campus as a recruit, Coach was a GA for Luke Fickell, and he was one of the guys that I watched on the field and I looked up to, and then I got to meet him, and it was one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Ohio State. So I see the attraction when guys are getting recruited by Coach to want to be here because he's a real deal.
Yeah, it has to speak volumes to see somebody that's gone through this experience getting ready for the next level. I do think we have one more piece of footage we're going to show, and it's from your Combine. Do you remember the Combine, how it went?
Yeah, you don't forget those.
All right,
those
you want to talk me through it?
Unique experiences. First of all, those tights are pretty long, you know.
Coach.
You got to breathe, you know. Listen. you know, he's getting through those bags pretty well. You know what I mean? I think back in that day, 2009, the linebacker was asked to do a little bit of different things that you're asked to do than now. We saw a lot of two-back ISOs and things like that. We don't see those anymore, but again, what an experience. I remember my teammate Laurinaitis was there with me, and so those are good memories. It seems like yesterday, but I know it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, and I will say, whenever I've talked to you, you're very humble about your playing days, but when you put the numbers and you put the tape on the screen, I can see you know what?
Listen,
I did my thing back then.
If I was a better player, I wouldn't be coaching right now. You know, it's funny. I was just talking to Coach Tomlin, and we were talking about one of my former teammates, Cameron Hayward, who is still. He was an all-pro last year. Cameron was a freshman when I was a senior. And to think about that guy still playing in the NFL at an all-pro level, I couldn't imagine. It's no different. Like, I'm not comparing him to LeBron James, but to LeBron James to be playing at the level he's at 40 years old, it's like I just couldn't imagine. I wake up sometimes, walk downstairs, and my body's saying, what are you doing?
It's unbelievable. Coach, appreciate you stopping by. Congratulations on really leading this group to great heights. I know it's fun today to watch them perform. We're going to watch Riley throw here in a second. I know you want to watch him as well, so we'll let you get back.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks a lot. There's the head coach, Marcus Freeman, as Riley Leonard's getting set to throw it here at the IAC. We're going to get a chance to watch him